I work in downtown Riverside. I left work and just headed out here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Really appreciate that. Again, one of the witnesses in there describing what he saw. So we'll move down here. You can see they're continuing to set up the perimeter. Again, saying that his wife, who works in that building, heard the shots, and she sheltered in place, locking herself inside one of the offices with a coworker. And as they were leaving, she was walking by bodies.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 909 Adventures. Man, this is one I've been debating on doing for a very long time, and I think this is more of an appropriate video to do as my first true crime video. We're talking about the attack on San Bernardino. It was referred to as a terrorist attack. Also, guys, if you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot more true crime coming up. I got a few things planned, got a couple ideas on what to do next. So on the morning of December 2nd, 2015, BJ number one, he was an employee here. They were having a training meeting followed by a Christmas party, which he attended. Some say that he had left in the middle of the party and returned with BJ number two, and that's when everything went down. That's when all the shooting took place. In total, there were 24 people injured, and a total of 14 people lost their lives. 16 if you include the suspects. Yeah, something so senseless. Before the attack took place, the BJ number two went onto Facebook and pledged herself to it was either Al-Qaeda or ISIS, and immediately after they came down here and did what they did to the victims. You know, the victims that survived are scarred for life. It's amazing that this had even happened. So pointless. So many people that were injured lost their lives. But you know what? I know I said I wasn't going to name the suspects' names, but you know what? The ones that do matter are Robert Adams, Isaac Amanios, Benetta Babdell, Harry Bowman, Sierra Claiborne, Juan Espinoza, Aurora Godoy, Shannon Johnson, Larry Kaufman, Damian M., Tin Nagayan, Nicholas T., Yvette Velasco, Michael Wetzel. Those are the people that lost their lives in this building on December 2nd, 2015. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the second location. We're going down the street to a park where it has been said that the suspects were seen throwing something into a lake at this park. And we're just going to go line up some shots. And again, we're just going to check out the second location. All right, guys, so we're here at Seccombe Park in San Bernardino. And the reason we are here is because there were divers here. There were divers here in the water, right around over there, right around that bridge area. And they were actually looking for a hard drive that supposedly the suspects had tossed in there. So I don't know whatever became of it. All I know is there were divers out there. We're going to line up a couple of the shots right now and compare some video and pictures. Yeah, that all took place right over here. I think in the video you can see this tree was really small at the time. It's already been about 8 years. Well, it's been 7. We're at the beginning of 2023, so at the end of this year it'll be 8 years. So things have grown a little bit, but hopefully we can line some stuff up. All right, guys, so right here right here, you can see a diver right here in the water, and they have a little, like, I guess you could call it a little command post. They had an easy up or a pop-up tent just to give them some shade, and they were running everything from right here, and their dive, I guess, was right here, right around the bridge area, and we're gonna check that out right now. And then you could even, there's a couple of pictures of the diver close to that end, so we'll try to get over there and take some more shots. But you can clearly, in one of the pictures, see this building up over here, which we got to find that angle as well. All right, guys, so right over there, we can't really line up the shot, because if you guys can see, right over there where that lady's standing, there's a sign saying that the footbridge is actually closed to pedestrians. So we're not able to get over there on the island or anything, so we're gonna kind of have to reverse shoot this here. There's a diver right there. He's let's see if I can, right where that duck is, there was a diver right there, and it's not very deep there. It's very shallow. He's like on his hands and knees. He's on his hands and knees, and he's right there searching for whatever it is that they're looking for. Again, it was rumored to be a hard drive from a computer. And again, I don't think they ever released anything on if they found anything or not here at the park, but he was right there, and you can tell. Let's zoom out. You can tell because if you look over here, this building was yellow at the time. It lines up, and all these rocks. So if you could think of the bridge that are right over, that's here, taking a picture from the island over there, pointing this way, you got the rocks, and you got that in the background. I was a little skeptical at first if this was even the right spot. But again, things have changed a little bit in the past almost 8 years, because there's another bridge over there, and it does not have a building behind it of any sorts. Man, it really sucks we can't get over onto that island. Here we go, right here. Here's a shot. You guys can see this tree right here. You can see that, and the diver was right over here. So this is the spot where they were looking for. This must have been the bridge where they suspected it to be thrown off into the water at, right there. All right, guys, so right here, this is where the command post was for the dive team. They get in and out of the water right here, and they'd swim right over to the bridge, and they were all down there. So this was a big part of the search. Again, I don't know if anything ever became of, the search. I don't know if they found anything. I don't think it was ever made public if they did or not. But searching for it online, it did not seem like they did. Doesn't seem like they found anything.
The specific evidence we're looking for, we're not going to discuss, but we're just simply saying we're seeking evidence of anything that had to do with this particular crime. We think this search will last for days. It's very possible. We would be remiss not to go into this lake and conduct a thorough search for any evidentiary items that may come back. At the end of the day, we may come up with nothing. We just don't know yet.
All right, guys, so we're right here in front of the suspect's home. I'm staring at it. It's right there. If you guys were watching this or keeping up with it at all, you guys would know that this is their home, that they were claiming it might have been booby-trapped at the time. So later on down the line, after they went in and cleared out the house, the owner or the landlord, I'm not sure if it was either or, doesn't really matter, but said person let in the media, and the media just swarmed the place. And
So this is our first time. I have to tell you, I never thought we would be allowed inside, but this is the look that we're being given inside of the suspect's apartment. There is broken glass on the ground here. We're looking at things in the kitchen. It looks as though people were cooking recently. You have a lot of pots and pans in the sink, stuff on the stove. Not going to touch anything here. We've got a dishwasher and a dryer, some food there. There's a woman inside of me who's actually reading a list of things that were seized. I want to read some of it. Union Bank receipt, black and gold colored pen, some things that you would expect to find. Audio cassettes. Let's see, scope, style book, weapons, accessories, it says here. 34 boxes of 20 rounds for .223 caliber, 20 boxes of 50 rounds for 9mm, 1 bag of 1,000 rounds for 223 caliber, 14 boxes of 50 rounds, 10 boxes of 100 rounds. Let's take a trip upstairs. Excuse me, sir. Again, there are a lot of people in this apartment. It is a 2-story apartment. It's in the city of Redlands. It's about 8 miles from where the crime scene was in San Bernardino. As we come up the stairs and we take a right here, this appears to be the bedroom where the child was staying. You see here, there's some children's toys, a pillow, and a blanket.
There it is, guys, right there. That is their condo. It's pretty, yeah. I mean, I've seen it on the news, I've seen it in clips, I've seen it in pictures, but this is my first time seeing it in person. It's crazy that, I don't know, it's just crazy to know that, a person that did that lived there. Yeah, it's so sad what happened here. I used to, when I was a kid, we lived in this city, the city of Redlands, for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years. I think I went to like 1st grade through 4th grade here, and you would have never thought, you know, something like this would come out of this town. Not at all. Alright guys, I think we've seen enough here. We got one final spot to go check out, and that's going to be where the actual shootout took place and where everything came to an end. Right now, coming up here on the left hand side, you'll see a white picket fence. It's pretty much where everything came to an end. This is where the gunmen and the police had their shootout, is right here on the left hand side. Those white picket fence that we're passing now. Right here on the left hand side, actually right here in the middle of the street, is where they had their shootout. I was trying to look to see if there was actually any bullet holes or anything in the fencing here. You guys will see there's nothing. But right here, right in this exact spot, is where they had their shootout. Alright guys, so I wanted to fly the drone, but we're really close to an airport, and there's some airplanes flying right at the level that I would have to fly the drone at to get the shot. So unfortunately, for safety purposes, I'm not going to be able to fly the drone to get this shot as much as I want to. It's just not worth it, but it is right there where everything came to an end.
There is a suspect down. It looks right next to him. Looks like to be, I don't want to get too close because that is a gory scene. Looks to be like there might be a long rifle down near his feet. Again, I don't want to get too close, but they're trying to get to it and to call out any additional suspects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the long way. I'm going to go in tight, and I'm going to go around the long way so we don't show that suspect down. You can see officers backing off. Going to try to get to the car around the long way here. I'm going to double up. You can see here that is a dark SUV. You can look at all the bullet holes in the windshield. Yeah. The left side, driver's side, completely blown out. This was a very, very graphic shootout here. All the windows in this SUV completely shot out.
I believe it was in front of this house here. where they had took out the one of the suspects, and then one was in the vehicle. This is so crazy to you know, come and check this spot out. And this is basically my hometown, guys. You would never think something like that would happen here. I mean, I know San Bernardino isn't all that great of a neighborhood or even a city, but it's just crazy that something that crazy happened here. Alright guys, so I thought I was going to be done with the video. It's actually, you can tell by the way I'm dressed, different day. And Mrs. 909 is with me now, all of a sudden. Basically, when I was doing research, you know, of course I use Wikipedia for a lot of my stuff. And it said that, I believe it was 2016, they were making plans, they had plans to build a memorial for, you know, everybody that had lost their lives in the attack. And so I didn't even begin to search for it, but after I recorded everything and everything was just about done editing, I was thinking, well, let me look and see when they're going to build this thing. And little did I know, guys, nobody updated Wikipedia. It's right here, guys. Check it out. This is it, guys. I mean, man, this is pretty awesome, guys. I mean, I'm glad they actually did something for these people, and they're remembering them, recognizing them. And you know what is really cool? Here, let me see if this one right here, this one that we just passed. So each little one of these little coves here, it has one of the victims' names in it. Daniel Kaufman. You guys remember me mentioning his name at the beginning of the video. They have a little saying here. And then they got a bench. And the name and the saying is on the bench. And of course their family members can come and reflect on them. Members of the community can come and also grieve, reflect, you know, whatever it is that you need to do, you can come here and do it. And this is very nice, very, very nice, nicely done. I'm surprised it was done. I was shocked because, like I said, according to Wikipedia, which I use a lot, it has not been updated. Shannon Hillard Johnson. I got you. Lord have mercy. And each one has stained glass in it, different color. It starts off, I think, kind of dark colors, and it goes down to lighter, and it ends up being even darker colors at the opposite end. This is I hope this isn't being vandalized. I really hope that's not why these are drawn back. Maybe they're supposed to be drawn back. I think this has already been out here for like 5 years, guys. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. I believe I seen a stamp over here, 2022, so this has only been out here a year. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking about 5 years. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Harry Hal Bowman. Now, I know we visited the locations of where everything went down, but by far, this is the most important location, is where we're going to be remembering all the victims. Alright guys, I'm going to say that's going to just about do it for this one. I hope you guys, you know, learned something from this one, found it I don't want to say entertaining, because entertaining would be the wrong word, but I hope you guys found this educational in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. It feels kind of wrong to ask for those normal things that I would normally ask for here on the at the end of the video. And you know, I hope I just did this tastefully enough where it doesn't come off tacky or disrespectful. Again, this is it's my first true crime. Thanks for watching, guys.